Yo. It's Grapsody with Will, Phil, and Reg, trying to keep it real instead of what you usually get from these talking heads. It's Grapsody, we're here to fill the void. 3 black fans, different perspective, got to fill your voice. Coming with the podcast, talking majors, indies in between. Yeah, it's all that, and we're down with Fightful, better fall back. Coming for respect, we connect like a ball bat. No need to double check, these are all facts. You're listening to us talk raps. You're listening to us talk raps. Will, Phil, and Reg. Yeah, we're Grapsody, here to talk raps. Yeah, we're Grapsody, here to talk raps.
Yeah, we're Grapsody, here to talk raps. And welcome. It is Saturday, March 5th. Yeah, 2022. This is Grapsody. I'm Will Washington, and I am not alone here because I'm also joined by Mr. Philip Lindsey.
I'm fine. We are here. Bienvenue. We've been getting this broadcast day.
And also to my physical right is Mr. Righteous Reg.
In the building, baby. It's Righteous Reg, your favorite podcaster, your favorite writer, your favorite rapper in the building. We are in Florida. There's been all kinds of crazy shit going on in the last 12 hours. But Grapsody, we're here, and it's lit.
I wish I knew how to travel without a Will Washington travel story, but apparently I don't know how to.
Yo, only time when I come to a wrestling show out of town in an airplane, have to have an adventure. Has to be some crazy shit going on. Here we are.
Yep, and there was definitely an adventure, and hey, we are in Orlando right now. We're literally in Florida. Reg and I are literally in the same location. Look, I can do this. Ready? What? Yeah.
I'm here too. Am I in here? That's my hand. That's my hand. That's my hand.
Yeah, literally in the same location, sitting right next to each other. So this is kind of a fascinating setup. But yeah, we're doing our thing. It's Grapsody, and okay. So first off, I want to let everybody know, with this being Grapsody, hey, do the thing. And people say, Will, respectfully, your mic sounds trash.
Yeah, man, we're on the move, you guys. We're trying our best.
Let's try some things. What happens if I turn toward it? But all right, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna turn towards said microphone. Is it still bad? Is it still like? Let me know.
How's it sounding if we look like this?
Yeah, if I turn towards said microphone. Because here's the thing, me and Reg are actually coming out the same mic, and I don't know how that's gonna do. He says Reg sounds fine. How can that be? We're literally feeding off the same microphone.
I'm good at this. I have trained my voice as a rapper to make sure that any mic, even if we're on a Nikita Lyons mic, is gonna sound the bomb. So here we go, baby.
Yeah. I don't know. Like I said, I guess I could turn toward his, but. Yeah, I don't know.
Listen, man, we are on location. Like, yo, it's going to happen. This is 1 week that we are out somewhere. So let's go, baby. What's happening in
Says we sound tinny. Well, you know what? This, I think this is the same mic Phil uses too. So I think it's got like 3 settings. I can like play with the settings, I guess. Hold up.
You can play with my settings.
How's that one? Any better? Does that sound different, Phil?
One more time.
Okay, does this sound different?
Yeah, a little bit.
Does it sound better, worse?
Yeah. I mean, I guess it was like a little bit like echoey at first when you guys were talking, but okay. It wasn't that bad.
We're working on it, folks. This is a process. We're doing something different here, but we are on location. Yes, I am in Florida, but. Yeah, we're here.
This camera on here, it changes all the time. It's because I'm dark as fuck. This is a racist look. I want to talk to Apple. I want to talk to Steve Jobs. I want to talk to what's the other dude's name? Wozniak. Somebody call me and tell me why this Apple Air MacBook bullshit won't let your boy show here.
I mean, I'm on an iPad, so like.
Look, Will, we're trying to get money here. We're not trying to talk about logic today. Listen, it's money getting day. What's good, Phil? How are you out there in Chi-Town, man?
I'm good. I feel like I have either been like sitting here staring at the monitor for like the last 10 minutes or looking at my phone. And so how was your guys' flight and everything?
All right. Travel story time. So remember how I was tweeting last night about flight delays? About how my flight went from it was on time, and then it was like delayed an hour. Then they pushed it back half an hour. We're like, actually, you're all right. And then they pushed it the other direction. Again, another 15 minutes. Either way, flight was just all over the place. Now, I forgot how sensitive our travel was. And everything relied on things kind of being on time. So Reg's flight was also delayed an hour. Mm-hmm. And so we get in, and I'm actually, now that I'm replaying this through my head, I realize this all could have been avoided if I knew where to find the rental car in the first place. Because had we not been looking for the rental car place for 20 minutes,
we would have
that probably would have pushed things in the right direction. But anyway, our rental car, that place closed at midnight. And then for our hotel check-in, closed at midnight as well. So very, very
We got in at 11:15 or something like that. Yeah. We didn't have a lot of time.
We have a lot of time. We got to the rental car place right around 11:20. Mm-hmm. So we were able to get the rental car. But there was no way by the time we got checked out, the hotel was 36 minutes away from the rental car location. Zero chance we were going to make it on time to get checked in. I had called. I was like, hey, and dude was cool. And he's like, it's not so much that I can't wait for you, but that everything is going to roll over to the next day. And so it was a process.
I'm tired, you guys. It's been a lot. It's been a long day. First of all, why are you closing at midnight? Second of all, bro, we have to have somewhere to sleep. Let us come. Stay 10 extra minutes so we can come through and have a nap. And they're like, nah, you can't. See you later. Thanks for the money, losers. And so we had to make accommodations.
Yeah. And making accommodations meant we found a hotel eventually that had a vacancy in the city of Orlando. There were practically none. We were calling every hotel up and down. Luckily we had a place to kick it last night, and that was fun.
Where was that?
Do we want to talk about that?
A little bit, yeah, I think so.
I mean, yeah, so a little bit. We kicked it at
whose house were we at? That's what I wanted to say. Yes, got your ass.
Whose house?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, we had, we had a place to kick it last night, and then after we got done with that, it was like, okay, now we got to hunt for a hotel. And we eventually found one for one night. It was not cheap at all. But I don't know. Whatever. It's done. It's paid for. We got valet parking. It was a nice hotel, I guess.
No, shout out to Florida. There's a lot of beautiful black people out here. I'm enjoying my time so far. So, it hasn't all been a bust. We've been we had a good time at someone's house. We learned a lot. I learned a lot. And things have been moving. And today, all kinds of shit's going on. Today, there's a super duper huge show happening very close to where we are, with some music, with some AEW, with some Will Washington, with some Righteous Reg. Shit's gonna be lit. I'm still mentally preparing for this. So
oh yeah, he's been just practicing the songs.
I've been rapping all morning.
Yeah, you've been rapping all morning.
It should be pretty lit, I think.
Yeah, it's been fun. It's gonna be a good time. No matter what, I feel like we are about to have a good time. We are now in our actual hotel. We're 5 minutes from Edition Arena, and 2 minutes from the venue at UCF where the concert's going to be. So we're right here. We're in the building. We're good. Now we're good. Happy Orlando. I am happy happy Orlando now. So yeah, this is.
So wait, in all of this, why did you guys have to get another hotel? Didn't you guys already have a hotel booked?
Yeah, I just canceled that whole reservation. So I couldn't get checked into the other hotel, right? So like we had to book something else for the night because we couldn't get checked in. So it was like, but we did. We got ourselves.
Aren't they gonna charge you a cancellation fee though?
Oh, so funny about that.
Like maybe we should keep it a secret.
Remember that tip I gave everybody a couple months ago about getting your money back on hotels? So let me tell you, if you just tell anybody you have COVID-19, they will give you your money back and say, don't come. So cancellation fees, they'll waive them. I was sitting here with Reg, and I'm just like putting on the raspy voice, like,
Yo.
oh God.
Yo, hey man, when you got the governor of the state you're in telling people not to wear masks, then it's believable that you could show up and get COVID. By the way, that guy sucks. And shout out to homie that was in the left on that video and was like, "Nah, I don't care what you're talking about. I'm still wearing my mask. Get out of here."
Yeah, that guy's the worst. This place actually sucks because that guy's the leader of this place. Yeah. That guy can suck a dick.
And yeah, Mike in the chat says, "I'm a little surprised it worked in Florida." I mean, it did. They were like, let me put you on. They're like, let me put you on hold. They came back. They're like, okay, so sorry, sir. We'll get you taken care of. And like, I never said I had it. They just said, what's your reason for canceling? And I just said COVID-19. And they said, okay.
That's a true story.
Hey,
I never said I have COVID-19. I just said that's my reason.
Listen, does that sound like the voice of a man that would lie to you? Will Washington does not have the voice of a man that will lie to you.
Right. Oh, that's facts, Phil. That's facts. They were on the phone like, man, this guy sounds professional. I believe it. Yeah,
this guy sounds like an upstanding citizen. He wouldn't lie to us. Why would he lie?
I didn't lie to nobody. Like, I guess it's kind of my reason. But either way, let's read some super chats.
Yes, Florida, he sucks, but the rest of y'all are cool. Like I said, I've seen some beautiful black people. I've seen a couple of fine BBWs already. I like it in Florida, man. That guy just sucks. That's it. But shout out to the BBWs. If y'all out here, my email is I'm kidding.
How to watch FanFest, please. I don't know. I'm headed to FanFest like right after this. So
I'm not taking no mark pictures, you guys, unless they pay me. Unless the wrestler pays me to take a picture with them. That's the only way it's gonna.
I'm taking all the gosh damn mark pictures.
I'm just happy he doesn't have a belt here. If he had a belt, I wouldn't go with him. I just want to say that out loud. I'm gonna tell him.
Wouldn't fit in my suitcase. The travel story time with Will and Righteous Reg. Baby, I scored my Double or Nothing tickets. Waiting to hear you guys sound off on AEW buying ROH. Yep, we got a lot to talk about on that.
Yo, Matt, I think all three of us are going to be at Double or Nothing. Phil's on the fence, I think.
Yeah, trying to go.
Yeah, okay, yeah, shit. We might all be out there, man.
Yeah, Phil applied. So
but definitely we'll see you guys in Dallas.
That's a fact. Yeah, that's in a couple weeks.
You're going to Mania too, aren't you?
I hadn't planned to. I might.
Have you been requested to show up?
I have not. But I might. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna be out there, but I am definitely not going anywhere near AT&T Stadium at all. I would never. It's gross over there.
Okay, so let me think about this. I did get tickets to Double or Nothing. I will be at Double or Nothing, and I will be in Dallas. That's that.
Hey,
I don't know how to travel. What's happening?
Hey, if nothing else, you will see your boys at For the Culture.
Yes.
I can confirm the three of us will be there.
Yes.
I don't know where else we'll be together, but we'll definitely be there.
Yes.
Yeah.
We're definitely going to be at For the Culture. I only go to WrestleMania weekend now for the Culture, so that's what it is. Wale Mania is happening, so there's a lot of stuff going on there. Probably catch us there too, honestly.
Yeah. And I think, and we can bring this into, I guess, I'm not going to number the topics today because there's just a lot
Yeah, we're just
to get
going
into.
for it, man.
I might be at Super Card of Honor.
Oh, yes. Yes. A lot of stuff going on at that Ring of Honor show. So that's another one.
Yeah, and Super Card of Honor, of course, is a very different show than we thought it was going to be because this is possibly the first show of the Tony Khan era of Ring of Honor.
Not
Ring
possibly,
Honor,
it is.
Ring of Honor has gone through some changes over the last 20 years. That, like thinking about the fact that it went from Rob Feinstein to we had that HDNet era. We've had the Sinclair
Slap the porpoise.
Era. You know, there's been so much change with Ring of Honor, but I'd say its biggest at this point is the fact that it is now owned by Tony Khan, the owner, the president, CEO, and head of creative of All Elite Wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
I won't say I didn't see this coming, but it's just kind of like a shocker that it's happening.
Right.
But yeah, Ring of Honor is now owned by Tony Khan. They were specific in saying that it was not bought by AEW. It was specifically bought by Tony Khan, and it's being purchased through a third-party entity solely owned by Tony Khan, which is good because then it doesn't affect AEW's books. And like I get why that's done because essentially it's not a financial move on their part. We don't know exactly how much it was for, but with Sinclair being a publicly traded company, we'll find out. And yeah, what exactly does this mean? You know, a lot of people, the initial comparison was to WCW's purchase. I think this doesn't compare for a number of reasons. One, Ring of Honor is not on the scale WCW was on.
Yep.
Two, Ring of Honor is somehow worth a lot more, even adjusted for inflation, than WCW was. That's not. Sorry, I shouldn't have said that. Because WCW was totally undervalued. It was sold for way less than it should have been sold for. Like,
right. Yeah. Wasn't there a report that ROH was worth what $2.5 million more when it went for sale?
Than WCW?
Yeah.
Like way more than that. Because like,
I saw like 10 times.
Yeah, because like WCW only sold for what, $4 million?
Mm-hmm.
Like it was like pennies.
I
I say that as if like I could use $4 million.
Yeah, right.
Come on, Bischoff. You got fleeced, man. You let Shane show up on your television show with that turtleneck on. Ooh. Shame on you.
You let the other guy's son come up in a turtleneck? Oh man.
Yeah, and speaking of Shane, stop taking nasty pictures, bro. Stop it. Stop it.
Listen, let Shane get his off, Phil, man. He got fired or he's back. I don't know what's going on with him.
Nasty
he got
hours
fired on his day off, but he's back and he's trying to show a little
nasty
bit of that
hours
bang.
out here, man. He's out there taking pictures with the Govey out there. Took that picture next to yellow and red guys' gear at Madison Square Garden. Nasty pictures, bro. Stop
it. You suck. And you try to beat up Brock Lesnar. Like, get it together, Shane McMahon. Get it together.
And that man was supposed to face Brock Lesnar. He was supposed to have like a full-on feud with Brock Lesnar, and the only thing that derailed that was Goldberg signing. But you remember the end. Remember the end of SummerSlam 2016 after Randy Orton got beat by Brock F5 Shane. And that was supposed to start the Shane feud, but then they signed Goldberg and were like, actually, the Shane feud is not happening.
So if you're keeping score at home, guys, WWE wants you to believe that Brock Lesnar can have a believable feud with Shane, but not Big E or Kofi Kingston.
It's sick out here, man.
Got a super chat.
Real sick out here. Real sick.
Got a super chat from Lonzo. He says, gotta say, I've been bumping that AEW Who We Are album all week. That In The Mix track is fire. That Jade song fire too. Hey, that's us. Hey, watch this. High five.
Oh, what's up, baby? That's our live action high five. Fucking face. Hey, shout out to Lonzo though, because like this album has been doing a lot for us. We're gonna see a couple of fruits of the labor today, and so it's lit. Shout out again to everyone that's been purchasing and tweeting and adding me and Will. It's been It's been wild.
He said that Jay Lethal track should definitely be his theme. Big ups to the Grapsody group. The funny thing is, a lot of people are using them as their themes. I have confirmed that the Red Velvet is using In the Mix as her theme permanently. So that's her theme song. That's what she's entering.
I'm seeing Mr. Hobbs today, so I'm gonna try to get him in a headlock, maybe like a hammer lock, to be like, "Yo, do that song," and it's definitely gonna work because I'm the same size as him.
They need to switch that Lee record up as well, man.
The Lee,
I think he's gonna use this permanently too.
The Lee track is so fire.
Man, one of my favorite songs on the album, real quick, is the Private Party joint. Oh my god,
it's some good tracks on there, and so. Thank you for checking out the album. Lonzo also says, cop my tickets for Double or Nothing in Vegas. Hope to see you guys there. Yep. #Be more, #Charm City.
Yep, drink a lot of water. Vegas is going to be dumb hot.
Yeah, I will definitely be there. It sounds like we're going to be there. It sounds like we're going to be in Dallas. I'm really looking forward to For the Culture, though.
For the Culture is going to be fire. They've already announced some super duper fire matches. AJ Gray is going to wrestle Darius Lockhart. The main event, first ever black on black crime death match. Hoodfoot versus Billy Dixon. That's going to be insane.
Black on black crime.
Okay, so back to the matter at hand. Do we have another super chat, or that's it?
That was it.
Okay, yeah. Tony Khan.
Okay, so Tony Khan.
This man then for Ring of Honor. The library is insane. I think the library alone is worth all that money.
There was a lot of things in the library that I know people were after, including All In, because All In was one of those shows that was in kind of this weird limbo state where Ring of Honor couldn't release it because Ring of Honor didn't own the rights to the name, but AEW couldn't do anything with it because they don't own the rights to the footage.
Right.
The name All In was originally registered to the Young Bucks DBA, which is Killing the Business Inc. And that was the original trademark, but they sold the trademark. I don't know if they sold it, but at least transferred it to Tony Khan in 2020. And so from 2020 on, All In has been owned by AEW. They've been able to use the name, but they didn't have the rights to the footage because the show was produced by Ring of Honor, who's owned that footage. Now Tony Khan owns all of it. So at least in that respect, they now have the origin
of the company
in their possession. All In now belongs to AEW, can now be considered part of AEW.
So do we get an All In show now, do you think?
I don't know. I mean, All Out's kind of become the brand.
Right.
And so I would say if I were AEW, I would only use All In if it is a combination of multiple companies, because it should be everybody coming together.
Like the first one. Yeah, I got you.
And so if he does end up doing like a super show or something with New Japan, Ring of Honor, all of these things, that's All In. Otherwise, if it's just AEW, I wouldn't use it.
Right.
Stick with All Out.
Yeah, definitely. This is a huge deal, though, honestly. As someone who has watched Ring of Honor since 2002, I remember it so perfectly. I was into tape trading, into buying tapes from people. I bought I bought the first 3 Ring of Honor events because at the time I was obsessed with Amazing Red. If Amazing Red was on the show, I was buying shows just if Amazing Red was on it. I remember getting this show. It was a tournament, and it was in one of the worst rings that I ever seen. It was a bunch of badass wrestlers. Red was one of the wrestlers, and it was the worst show I've ever purchased. And I ended up breaking the tape with my friend right after I purchased it, just because I was so upset about it. But yeah, so I stopped the tape out. I stopped the tape, threw it out the window like Queen Latifah. So, and then I get these tapes, and it's funny. I always think about it because now, as you guys know, I'm obsessed with Bryan Danielson. I think he's the greatest pro wrestler of our generation. That's how it goes. When I got that first tape, though, I remember going back and telling my friend, I love what Red and SAT did, but I don't like the main event. They're doing too much of that grappling. They're doing too much of this wrestling stuff. And that main event, as we saw on Wednesday, was Bryan Danielson and Christopher Daniels, funny enough. So when I first got this, I was not into Bryan Danielson. And then I was thinking about it because very soon after that, I did get into Bryan Danielson, obviously. And what I traced it back to is I started training to become a pro wrestler. And so when I saw what goes on in the ring, and I was like, oh, this is what this guy is doing, Now it makes a lot more sense. And ever since 2002, Bryan Danielson has been the guy. So, yeah, over the years, they've done so many amazing things. I think they have the greatest independent wrestling match of all time that's now owned by Tony Khan. Samoa Joe versus Kenta Kobashi. Greatest independent wrestling match I think that has ever happened. Incredible match. If you've never seen it, you definitely have to see it. This is all owned by Tony Khan now. There's so many. There's the Briscoes. There's long title reigns that they could show footage of Bryan Danielson's long title reigns. They could show footage of Samoa Joe, and they show footage of CM Punk's Summer of Punk. They could do so many things with this. And on top of that, more important than anything that I just said, Jonathan Gresham wrestles for Ring of Honor. Bryan Danielson wrestles for AEW. They exist under the same umbrella now, and it's linked.
Did you guys catch what Bryan did? He first of all, I thought it was brilliant to start the show with the match they chose.
Yes.
And then afterwards, Bryan got on the mic and said what he said, and he very clearly broke the code of honor. And I was like, wonder who that's
wonder who he's targeting with that. Yeah.
Who indeed? I thought that was great. I thought other touches like MJF, referencing the CM Punk promo from I can't remember off the top of my head with what show it was. Bear with me, guys. I haven't had that much sleep.
Who needs sleep? Grapsody boys don't sleep.
We haven't had no goddamn sleep. Are you kidding?
So yeah. So referencing the promo with the man, and by the way, that segment was fucking fantastic.
On fire, man. On fire.
Like right now, I just think MJF is just on a completely different level.
MJF knows he's about to get that world title, so he's like, I'm giving it up. This is me. Accept it, and we are all like, damn, I see now. I think everybody's starting to see, because I think a lot of times people are just like, they don't want to believe the hype. You know how people are when everybody likes somebody or they agree on something, they want to disagree. But this guy's undeniable, man. Every time he gets on the mic, it's like you want to hate him, you want to see this guy get beat up, and then to be in a feud with one of the best ever on the mic, and they can both go back and forth, and they both can do callbacks, and they both have so many great pro wrestling ideas that they can all come together with. And we saw it right here with this bloody MJF has the shirt with him and CM Punk on it. There's cool, blood everywhere. It's like, man, this was a great angle that they are building to that match pretty incredibly. I don't really know. That angle kind of threw me off on what the finish would be, because usually that guy gets the come up. Like CM Punk is supposed to get the comeuppance off of this. But I don't know if he will.
I think Punk is going to win tomorrow.
So.
Yeah. And that's Death Before Dishonor 3 is the show I was thinking of, by the way. That's where Punk dropped the promo where he turned heel.
Right.
There's a few things about this I have been thinking about. And one of them is, like Reg said, we have so many guys who, across the entire industry, their origin contains a lot of Ring of Honor, especially in AEW. The AEW World Champion, Hangman Adam Page, Ring of Honor, is challenger.
It's
Ring of Honor, World
28 Ring of Honor vets on the roster.
And a lot of guys that matter, right? Like I said, we got him, but we also got
Eddie Kingston.
I was going to say Eddie Kingston, but then Adam Cole.
Former Ring of Honor World Champion. Yep. Lethal, Ring of Honor World Champion.
Lethal. I mean, even Keith Lee was there for a minute.
Yep.
There's also, I'm going to take one half of my headphones off so I can hear Reg better. And just thinking about how even across WWE, you got AJ Styles, you have Seth Rollins.
Yeah.
Ring of Honor is
Roderick Strong, all the Undisputed Era. Like, there's so many.
Man, Kevin Steen, El Generico. Which, whatever happened to that guy, I wonder.
I don't know.
There's so much of Ring of Honor that is a part of professional wrestling today. That
there's a Ring of Honor crew in Impact right now doing a Ring of Honor invasion thing.
Right? So. Yeah. And so, kind of where I was going with this is in the same way where you can kind of make the statement that a lot of AEW came from NXT, right? But NXT is WWE's developmental. But now AEW kind of gets the ability to make Ring of Honor the path from Ring of Honor to AEW, which has already existed, already exists today.
Mm-hmm.
They essentially kind of gain the ability to make that efficient.
Yeah.
And create kind of a developmental path in a way that it's very similar to I was saying on Twitter, if you look at it through a 2002 lens, it's very much like if you look at Dynamite and Rampage as Raw and SmackDown, and then you look at Dark and Elevation as Velocity and Heat. Ring of Honor, where it kind of fits in this analogy, is it kind of can become OVW. And that OVW was independent, but it was a
it still was a straight up developmental system.
Yeah,
for
it was
WWE.
A developmental system for WWE,
but they still existed on their own. They had a TV show. They had
TV
fans.
Show, they had their own titles,
everything.
They had everything, right? But on occasion, WWE guys would come drop in an OVW. On occasion, OVW guys would come up and work dark matches, or they'd work Velocity, they'd work Heat. But it was operated independently, and until guys got called up and things like that. And so I feel like it can become that for them. And you already have kind of the track record to at least sell fans on that. That you can say, this is where Bryan Danielson comes from. This is where CM Punk comes from. This is where Hangman Adam Page comes from. This is where Adam Cole comes from. And now you're going to see the next generation of guys make their way from Ring of Honor to AEW. And I think that ultimately, I don't necessarily see this as a bad thing, mainly because, I saw some of the Monopoly chats, which one, it's more of a duopoly kind of thing. But I saw some of the Monopoly talk on Twitter, and I thought that's not quite what this is, because one, on one end, it's not owned by AEW.
Right.
It is now tied to AEW. It is now essentially a sister company to AEW, but Tony Khan specifically bought this. And the other thing is, Tony Khan doesn't own AEW. Nope. That's the other thing. This is the only company he kind of solely owns. Because AEW is kind of has some tricky ownership, because the legal owner of AEW is, I believe, the Jacksonville Jaguars. That's who it's all registered to. But I believe the actual owner is Shad Khan.
Man, I don't know why, but for some reason that reminded me of, man, I'm not the owner of this this plant. This canary is canary buns.
But Tony Khan is actually the owner of Ring of Honor. So either way, yes, the Khan family does have two major promotions in pro wrestling right now.
But you can't say a monopoly, because Ring of Honor was fucking dead, man. This is bringing them back to life. It's it's hell. It's nothing wrong with this. This is nothing but benefit for everyone involved at this point.
I mean, look, if we want to throw devil's advocate in here, is it a little bit troubling that more wrestling companies are consolidating? Sure, but it's not this huge deal. It's not like AEW went and gobbled up 4 other promotions. And no, Tony Khan bought Ring of Honor. This is not even like AEW is the top company in the industry. WWE is still the biggest entity in the industry by far. So to compare this to Monopoly is just ridiculous. There's no dominance here on AEW or Tony Khan's part. They just have their side of the wrestling industry.
And I do think that this also, in a sense, I think it's also like a cover your ass kind of thing for AEW, because one thing that AEW is kind of what's kind of in limbo for them right now is the Nightmare Factory, which has been a feeder for AEW for the last 2 years. They've had a lot of talent come out of the Nightmare Factory. They've had guys like Lee Johnson and Red Velvet, and they've had a lot of talent, especially since the pandemic started. But the Nightmare Factory is co-owned by QT Marshall and Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes could be showing up on WWE TV this week.
Man, what's going on with this Cody Rhodes fellow, man? I don't know. What's going on with this guy?
Cody Rhodes about to get that bag. Maybe at MSG.
My gut says he will be in WWE as soon as this week. I know Cassidy had the report that the talks died down, but
that was some bait.
It could be simply because he signed. There's nothing to talk about.
Yeah, exactly. Talks did fizzle because I got that money. We're good here.
Oh, so you think he's going to show up with the turtleneck on to cover up his big neck tattoo?
I think he is WWE bound. I think he will.
Bro might have a turtleneck on though. I agree.
If he shows up on Raw or SmackDown with this big ridiculous turtleneck on, I am just gonna cut my TV off.
Seriously, one of them big fur joints that looks like an airplane pillow too. He just be like, "Yo, you can't see here."
I've been hearing about some proposed opponents. I've heard that there's already, as far as WrestleMania run sheets are concerned, there is a Cody Rhodes match on the run sheets at the moment. And every single proposed Cody Rhodes match I keep hearing about has him facing a babyface, which has me thinking, did we really go through all of this for him to jump companies and turn heel? Is this what's happening here?
I mean, when you turn your back on your fan base that you created over the last 4 years, I mean, you're going to be a heel to certain people. And I mean, that's just what it is. And some WWE fans are not going to be happy about him coming there.
Definitely.
So I get that part of it, but where don't they have a show in Jacksonville coming up?
Yeah, I don't know if that's the one he's going to show up at.
That would be funny.
I think he is coming up real soon.
Right.
And it is after the tag match, isn't it? It's after the tag match with Rollins and Kevin Owens.
Yeah.
I don't know. That, by the way, if you guys don't know what I'm alluding to, that's one of the reported opponents for him is Seth Rollins.
Right.
Yeah.
And I was just telling Will last night that I don't really that match doesn't get my things going that much.
I'll say this. Some of the best stuff Cody did in WWE was against the Shield. Mm-hmm. And so in that regard, I could see revisiting that and it being pretty good.
Right.
It makes sense in a lot of ways. I don't think anybody has been a bigger company guy over the last few years than Seth Rollins.
Right.
And so to put the biggest company guy against the guy that was Revolution, smashing thrones, and all this other stuff, it makes sense.
Yeah.
I have the feeling that Cody's going to be looking at the stars maybe, though.
I don't know, man. I thought that they had a plan for Rollins at the beginning of the year. Yeah. Now they don't. They clearly don't.
They threw that all in a blender, boy. They were like, oh, Rollins out. Big E gone. This person, see ya. Brock Lesnar, hi. And so, yeah.
Are we getting into this article or this quote that came from Big E, by the way?
Yeah, see, I was telling Will that, maybe we should talk about Big E saying everything that we said, too.
Find the quote, Phil, because I want it.
And the Keith Lee quote, too, also. That
and in the meantime, I want to read a couple of super chats, and I'm working on getting the Humper chats up as well. I don't have my second monitor that I normally have. Kai says, Kevin and Sammy should quit and go to ROH 2.0.
They're never quitting. They're getting bags forever.
First off, this is like ROH 7.0.
Yeah, this isn't ROH 2.0 at all. It's definitely almost ROH 10.0 at this point.
Yeah. Ryan says, imagine Regal, Gresham, and TK scouting for ROH. I mean, honestly, I would say that I'm hoping Tony Khan's not thinking I'm going to try and like run.
I hope not. Yeah, I really hope not.
But like, and I'm not saying Regal running Ring of Honor, like, keep in mind, I recognize Regal was not actually running NXT. No. This is not me saying, like, hey, Regal ran NXT, he could run Ring of Honor. But I do think Regal, as a scout for NXT, obviously had a scout for the type of talent that Ring of Honor is looking for, that Ring of Honor would need to then push toward AEW for having that type of what Black and Gold NXT was doing. So I do think that I would put Regal in charge of, say, scouting the talent of developing who the talent of Ring of Honor would be, like that's the guy I would go to for that. And also Joe as well. I feel like if Joe's not, I mean, Joe sounds the way he's talking like he just wants to wrestle.
Man, that Joe quote was also interesting.
Yeah, definitely. There's been a lot of interesting quotes this week. A lot of interesting quotes. Yeah, I'm curious to see, kind of on Will's point about the Nightmare Factory. I'm curious to see how they move forward with developing talent, because they now have a tremendous amount of talented wrestlers that can train anybody they need. So like, it's going to be interesting to see how they move forward with that, because the Nightmare Factory was a big part of the reason why things like AEW Dark and Dark Elevation exist, because that's where they wanted to get reps for these people. So this is a lot.
So, like I said, I feel like it is a very CYA kind of thing.
Yeah.
I feel like they did do a service by themselves of kind of future-proofing themselves in case suddenly there is no relationship with the Nightmare Factory anymore. Right. If they aren't able to use their guys or use their facilities any longer, like Ring of Honor kind of gives them a little bit of that. But the thing is, they didn't get any talent.
Right.
For what he paid for, he didn't get any talent.
Mm-hmm.
So that's also going to have to be what they look toward. I would say
it seemed like he got the best ones already, kind of on the,
Like I do think that what Maria Kanellis was doing is something worth continuing to explore. I would sign her like immediately. She would be the first person I'd call. Just get that going again, and giving yourself like the fact that she signed with WWE, but the fact that that got Roxy in motion and getting her going and becoming who she is now. And
is she officially signed? Because I saw Book try to walk it back.
Yeah, Book was like, I was talking a little too much at the time. So
I don't know if it's official yet, but it seems.
But
like
I'm pretty sure it is. It seemed like they're not letting her go. They're not.
But either way, like Maria did show that she had an eye and an ability to get women in the independent scene work, to get them going. Like, she was like right on top of Trish Adora. It was like, I feel like now knowing that we could get contracts going again, she would be the first person I signed. Is Maria.
Yeah, man.
Deonna Purrazzo is still the Ring of Honor Women's Champion. Am I right?
She is.
Wow.
She is. That is quite interesting, because if people don't remember, she was supposed to be on the card for All In before she signed, and they basically bamboozled her so that she wouldn't be on that card.
Yep.
Interesting.
Very interesting. Very interesting.
But yeah, I do agree they should pick up where they left off with that women's division. They did. It looked like they had something interesting they were going to do with Trish Adora, because they started like a storyline with her and Shane Taylor promotion that
that's
didn't
right.
get the chance to finish.
They had that dope promo.
Yeah.
I'd be on top of all of that.
I think it's I'm interested to see what they do with the titles now. Also, like, is Jonathan Gresham gonna show up with that belt? What are they gonna do at the show, the Super Card of Honor show? Because they're doing like a Bandito versus John Gresham Unified. The winner's I don't know, some kind of match where the winner is the champion. So it's about to get very interesting, man. Like this is gonna be good, I think, and it's gonna be. I'm interested to see what they do after the WrestleMania show. Like, are they going to have monthly shows? Are they going to have 3 shows a year? Are they like, nobody knows anything? Like, are they going to become just have Ring of Honor as AEW Dark instead? Like
I don't think they should do that. I think that if anything, I would use Dark and specifically Elevation as a kind of a litmus test for Ring of Honor talent.
Right.
Like okay, how would Ring of Honor talent fare in front of a crowd that's, an arena full of people, you know, like, let's say, AEW's running the Forum, which is confirmed now. And, they're going to have 17, I don't know if they're going to have, but they could have upwards of like probably 12,000 people is what I'm going to guess they end up doing there.
Yeah.
And in doing so, like, hey, how does this Ring of Honor talent fare? Bring them in to work Elevation, see how it goes. And then, and like I said, essentially Ring of Honor becomes the NXT to AEW, whereas then you use Dark and Elevation more so as a kind of a way to phase them into AEW stuff.
So Ring of Honor is just exactly the same. Everything you just described has been happening since AEW started, and so nothing's really changed.
The only difference is it's like an official pipeline. Right? Because the thing is, also, some people may never end up making their way from the Ring of Honor roster to AEW.
True.
They wouldn't have to.
Right.
There's a lot that can happen. But either way, like I said, I would get Regal for scouting talent. I would maybe have Joe working kind of along those same lines, like especially considering how tied to Ring of Honor Joe has been for so long.
And there's this Ring of Honor Hall of Fame induction that like a bunch of guys we love are going to be a part of, also on top of Ring of Honor being purchased. So
I mean,
it's a lot.
Hey, bring in somebody who is surprisingly not working anywhere, and Chris Hero, who is a Ring of Honor guy.
Well, speaking of which, D-Lo Diggs says, is it bad I want a Kings of Wrestling reunion?
There it is. No, D-Lo, a lot of people have been saying that. So I just don't think that Chris Hero is going to be being a full-time wrestler anymore. He's moving on, I think, to being a trainer, to being what Phil is talking about him coming in to do. Pretty much.
Okay. Ryan also says, no. No.
Listen.
Give us a reform.
No Madcap Moss anything on our platform. Leave it. Never.
Listen.
Madcap Moss. What was the name of Cody and Drew's team? The Dashing Ones?
Oh, God.
Please no.
That is awful.
Please
They were former tag team champions, though.
No.
Cody Rhodes and Drew McIntyre were the tag team champions. And they lost the belts to John Cena and David Otunga.
Oh, my God. Leave me alone.
Stop it.
I used to hate... They were teaming up John Cena with anybody. They're like, oh, get Jeff from back there. He'll team up with John, too. Like, what is going on here? I hate this makeshift be a tag team because we're in a feud together, but we're better than all the great established tag teams already. Oh, the worst WWE trope there is. It's the stupidest. So dumb. So stop it. And stop with the Madcap Moss. I hate him. He's the worst. Future Intercontinental Champion. Joel, remember what I tweeted at you yesterday? Jail. Don't be tweeting those Madcap Moss
Who did
things.
Who did that?
Awful.
Stop.
Joel Pearl.
Hey, Brendan says, not sure if someone's mentioned this. Why not rebrand Dark into ROH?
We just mentioned that.
They have the location. Also, if Regal was on it, it sort of be against NXT 2.0. I mean, they both do come on Tuesdays, and they both shot in studios. But I suppose Dark would fill that more so like Elevation. Like Elevation has a purpose, and it is to get the talent.
Yeah, I think the Elevation and Dark need to just stay the same, and Ring of Honor needs to exist over there. And then when the Ring of Honor guys, just like Will said, when they're trying to transition them in, then you put them on Dark and Elevation, and then we go from there. Not that Ring of Honor is those shows. It just has to continue to be a separate thing, just like OVW has to continue to exist over there, but they're grabbing guys from there over time, and they're training guys over there at the same time. So.
Orion says, good luck tonight, Will and Reg. Please have Ruckus and AEW cameras taping this. I don't.
Yeah, yeah.
I think you're very much overselling what our pool is.
I'm saying, bro, like Grapsody boys are out here, but we ain't out here.
So it says, don't NY while they made me of this. I still regret working that night and thinking someone would record it. Big week that was Grapsody made. I mean, there's a lot of friends we have that are going to be there. I got a friend who's driving down from Tampa like right now. Matter of fact, that was probably Ben who texted me.
Yeah, we don't know. There isn't like an official like. There's going to be cameras, but we don't know anything. But I'm sure you guys will see something of this. Yeah. I'll make sure of it. I'll hand somebody my cell phone to record this shit.
Yeah, it's going to be a good time though. I'm looking forward to everybody's going to be there. Yeah, I'm going to just be up there just hyping this man up.
It's going to be a very good time. Yeah, I'm going to be rapping. I'm going to be slapping.
To the live show.
And I'm hoping to get lit. So, yeah, it's going to be dope tonight. I might have a little Hennessy. I don't know. It's on. Yeah, shit's been happening. It's Florida. Everybody in Florida looks like they're from Florida. That isn't a shot, but also, it is.
Hey, Henny Reg is gonna be at the building, man.
Let's go, baby, man. And I just been informed that tomorrow for this show, I have to dress nice or something. I don't know, man. They tell representation.
He apparently just read the email for.
I didn't read it the first time. I was just like, oh, do you put on a button-up shirt when you go Philip Lindsey? What you be wearing?
I usually try and wear a shirt with a collar.
See.
I can't, show up with like a graphic tee or like
man,
like a hoodie.
My outfit, Phil.
Just a hoodie at least. I mean, just like a collared shirt at least,
Just a little collar.
Get you a polo joint out.
Can it be a flannel?
I'm sure. Listen, with a lot of people in these things. Listen, quick story. So the scrum I did for All Out last year. That was the first one I did, and I happened to be standing behind one, Dave Meltzer, and I turned next to me, and Alvarez was standing there. And when I looked down at Alvarez's feet, he had on those toe shoes.
The running ones?
And so
nasty fool.
And so they're tan, right? So when I first looked down, I was like, wait, is he barefoot? And so I say all that to say, like, yo, if he can get those footies off, like, you should be able to get a flannel.
Bro, Brian Alvarez pulled up feets out, showing feet in the racial chat. Look,
he was definitely showing feet in the media scrum,
man.
bro.
Showing feet in the media scrum, like, bro, I should be able to do whatever I want.
Hey, man, and that's no knock to Alvarez or Meltzer, by the way. I don't want to
like, we've been there for 30 years. We can do whatever we want.
But I definitely looked down. I was like, yo, what are those, bro?
What kind of shoes was Meltzer wearing? Like he usually wears like shoes that a doctor wears on his day off.
I did notice. I was so put off by the toes, and I was like looking around. Like Sean was like across from me, and I was trying to get his attention. Like, do you see this? Like where?
Is anybody else seeing this guy speak?
Like, I can't be the only one that sees this.
Okay, I'll put on a collared shirt and some closed-toe shoes. Agreed. I'm here.
Not bad.
Yeah. I don't know. I packed a lot, so we'll see how that goes.
I'm representing for Grapsody and PWI. Like, what kind of image do you think I got out here, bro? Come on, man. It's me. It's righteous.
I don't know, man.
So let's talk about this Big E quote, because there's a lot to talk about from this. Do you have it pulled up, Phil?
I do. Okay, so Big E was on Z100 with Josh Martinez. I don't know what radio show that is, but shout out to Josh. And so, like, the start of Cody goes, he added that it's kind of like falling off a cliff. Let's start it over. Kind of that falling off a cliff feeling at the hands of one Brock Lesnar, and then suddenly it feels like you woke up a year prior and you're back to doing what you were doing before.
Last night he wrestled Sheamus he was, and as Will pointed out, he came out to the New Day theme, not the Wale theme. That's his. And he's back to doing what he was doing a year ago. So
that whole thing is bizarre because it's like they're coming out to the New Day theme. They don't really call them New Day, but it does it's a New Day when they come out. It still has Woods and Kofi on the Titantron.
This week it did have Big E and not Woods. I noticed that. I was like, keeping an eye open for it.
Yeah, the graphic, because it still has like the graphic of them, and I guess like they changed their name on it.
Mm-hmm. And
so and then he doesn't come out and do the don't you dare be sour on the mic or anything, and now he's coming out on this 4-wheeler, which is like a storyline now, and I don't know what the hell they're doing. So the real part, the part where Big E gets to the shits, he says. This isn't the part of the quote, but the article that this quote is from says that, Kofi handled it with grace. He didn't complain. And I don't know if you guys remember, but when Talking Smack was still a thing that people watched, which it's on, but who watches it? But Big E was on Talking Smack, and he talked about Kofi losing the title, and he talked very clearly about how Kofi was very patient with it, but he was not happy. He was very clearly not happy, and that was where the clips of him and Miz having that heated back and forth came from.
Forgot about this.
So he went on to say, you know, I wish it would have lasted longer. I wish we have had the opportunity to do some more dynamic things. You know, I don't think it's difficult to really latch on to a new champion when they have, within their first month, have multiple losses on TV. But again, we can't go down that road. And then he goes, look, man, I genuinely appreciate all the people who support me, who want better for me. I also want better for myself, and I guess I just leave it there. So he said a lot there without saying it. I think you could infer from that what you will. There were a lot of people when he lost on day one saying he didn't really get a chance to look like a competent champion. I mean, say what you will about Kofi's run and the way that it ended. Kofi, for the most part, looked like a competent champion. He was beating guys. He accepted all challenges. He looked like a fighting champion. Yep. And I don't feel like Big E ever got a chance to do that.
Not one time, bro. Not one time.
And so I think he also is looking at it like, you know, he did some of the things that Kofi wasn't able to do outside of the company with media appearances, interviews, and all these other things. And arguably, I feel like he represented the company better than any WWE champion has in a long time.
100% agreed. I feel like his outside projects were the best. He was on Breakfast Club. Like, he was in all these different places. He represent 100% the best as champion for sure.
Just got the NASCAR appearance. You know, he was on Game Day. He did the MMA appearance. He did the boxing appearance. Yeah. And I guess the way he explained it is the reason he got the boxing one is that Tyson Fury reached out to him personally through his DMs. And that answered another question for me of how much of that is him getting these things and how much of it is WWE getting these things.
Because there's no way WWE was like, did you want to go talk to Charlemagne tomorrow?
Yeah. So, but yeah, so you could tell there was frustration there. And I think him trying to cut it and say, look, I'm appreciative. I feel you, E. We all know what you were saying, you know, and I think that it's just kind of disappointing, man. I think that it's disappointing when we all kind of know certain things and then the wrestlers confirm it.
Exactly. And it's like, I think when he said it's like falling off a cliff, I think he should have said it's like being thrown off a cliff, because that would make a better analogy, because you don't really get to even try to latch on to anything. I'm sure it's just like, oh, hey, I came to work today. Okay, Brock Lesnar is going to win that match that you're in tonight. It's like there's no like build up. There's no anything. Like that day one thing happened all that day. Like it wasn't, you know, like they don't give any build up to these finishes. They didn't give Big E anything. We had to appreciate what he did as WWE champion. But like you said, they didn't do that. He did that. He was getting these DMs. He was being invited to these different events. So,
I mean, and that's usually how it goes. Because, like, you know, when we talk about how great of a deal it is, and it is a great deal, that, like, Sasha Banks, for example, has been on The Mandalorian. But then she revealed that didn't come through WWE at all.
Right.
That literally came from a DM from the Disney Plus Instagram account, which... That's just insane.
That sounds wild as fuck. Yeah, that sounds wild. That sounds wild.
Didn't John Favreau want her as well?
Yeah. Well, that was how it came, was that she said she got the DM from the Disney Plus account that said John Favreau would like to speak to you. And she was like, she almost thought it was a prank, except for the fact that it had a check mark. And so she's like, oh, okay. I will humor this. And then it was like, yeah, we want you. But the fact that it all came outside. Like, these opportunities are things that they're still kind of getting for themselves.
Right.
But yeah, Big E, man, like, I agree with the loss thing. And I'm glad he sees it, because you talk to the average wrestler, they recognize that, look, every match needs a winner and a loser. There's no shame in losing, especially a scripted sport. Like, you know that you have to lose at some point. But at the same time, you also know that as a champion, your championship reign needs wins for legitimacy. And it never really felt like he was getting that. Even, I complained on this show about the fact that when he was facing Kevin Owens, they had a great match, but he hit that big ending on Kevin Owens and then escaped the cage. And I thought you should have pinned him just to show some dominance, show a definitive win. There should have been a pin, and instead he hits the big ending and then slow crawls out of the cage. And I just thought that felt kind of deliberate to me. I don't know. It never really felt like they were fully on board with Big E as champ.
Yeah.
I don't have a whole lot of faith in them going back to it just because with Kofi.
It ain't. They're not.
I really would like to see him.
They're about to. They're
too,
about to unify those championships. There's only going to be one. He's never getting back.
Well, it sounds like there is going to be two, and that I guess they're just going to defend them separately.
I do not believe that for 1 second.
Yeah.
They're going to give Roman those belts for 2 weeks, and then they're going to be like, "We hate this. Combine the belts. Let's leave."
By the way, breaking since the show started, because I just took a glance at Twitter. We were talking about Cody. Meltzer is saying that something's changed with Cody. He hasn't confirmed what, but he said that...
Don't nobody be listening to Meltzer. What SRS got to say? SRS, what's up, bro? I know you're out there. What you got to say? Meltzer be late.
So Sean has said he's working on it, and he's planning on having this story out.
Don't nobody be listening to Meltzer.
But Meltzer did state, he said, definite change in Cody's WWE status. Creative was told last night.
But, man, you kind of struck a nerve with that loss thing because I remember the night of day one, and I remember people posting Big E's record as champion, and I remember what Twitter always does, and there were certain Twitter people that don't like your boy, that were tweeting some goofy stuff, and there was some... y'all act like people can't lose. And it's like, yo, stop playing with me.
Phil.
Stop playing with me and stop acting like I'm stupid. Stop acting like we don't understand what this is. Why do you think they protect Roman and don't have him lose very much? Why does Roman feel like such a big deal? Why does Roman feel like a bigger star? Because they make it a big deal when he loses. When is the last time you've seen Roman get pinned?
What year is it?
It's been almost 3 years.
What year is it?
And this is what I'm saying. So don't play with me and act like you don't understand why wins and losses matter when it comes to this situation. But you do when it comes to Roman. Sorry, that turned into a small rant, but I just had a flashback of that night and how annoyed I was with people acting like, oh man, it's a fixed sport, bro. Because I remember I was specifically watching day one, and after it was over, I was like, whatever. And it snowed really bad that night. So I'm putting on my boots and getting ready to shovel snow. And I'm looking at Twitter, people tweeting me things of, man, it's a predetermined sport. Thanks, I didn't know that, Genius.
No, this is my first day
Twitter's
watching
so
wrestling. No, this is the first match I've ever seen. I was really, come on, man, don't be dumb. I hate that. I knew it was over when he lost to Roman. I was like, oh, Big E he's not coming back from this. He's done. He's done here. And that's it. It's sad. They put him right back in the New Day, gave him his old song, put him on a fucking four-wheeler that the Mexicans used to drive, or Stone Cold used to. I don't know. What the fuck's going on? This is awful.
Toys, man. Gotta sell toys.
On top of that, Keith Lee did an interview where he said that Vince McMahon said, you speak too smart for your own good, also known as something that niggas like us have been hearing our entire lives. Yeah.
This was from the Talking Jericho interview, if I remember correctly. Friend of the show, Chris Jericho.
Bye, Jericho, baby.
But no, so again, that was one of those where you kind of hate to be right.
Exactly.
And I feel like we were always kind of right about this Keith Lee thing, and it was kind of pulling teeth to get other people to see, look, they want to change as much about this guy as they possibly can. They want to change how he speaks. They want to change his presentation, and that's for a reason. And man, when you hear language like that of, man, you sound too smart for your own good, that's not something you should hear from somebody that's your boss.
Way.
Like you don't want to hear that from somebody.
Especially when you see, so like, what's R-Truth then? What are y'all saying about R-Truth? Y'all like this fucking bullshit caricature fucking soft shoe and shit? Like, what's going on here, man?
Read the tea leaves, bro. Like, I mean, I don't know, man. When you've got somebody that controls your destiny, that is in a sense telling you what a black man should sound like on your programming, it's a problem.
And no
man.
black men are oh my god.
It's a problem, and there's no black person in power to correct that.
Exactly.
That's a problem, and that's not to say that's only a WWE problem. That's an industry wide problem, but
super industry wide.
Yeah, because as Reg mentioned, that's a thing that we've heard our whole lives. Like it literally struck a chord with me the second I heard it.
Yeah, it's my god.
My God.
And then somebody was in the Fightful thread of Twitter being like, they're gonna make it about race.
What is it about though? If it's not about race, do you think he would have said that to Drew McIntyre, for example?
Never.
Do you think he would have said that to anybody else? Let me not.
Yes.
Never mind.
Whole lives, by the way. It is like a...
And then he went on a show and brought that cap to the world for everyone to fucking hear. God, this guy, man.
Yo, we got to listen to people cap and tell us that Kane sounds smart. We saw them tweets. Like, yo, knock it off, man. Like, don't tell me it ain't about race, bro. Like, cut it out.
Oh, corporate Kane, bro. Corporate Kane. Come on, man. Let's
read some more of the super chats. We got Brendan says Alvarez deserves all the ridicule for those shoes.
Honestly, yeah. Don't wear those shoes, Alvarez. That's weird. Nobody want to see your toes just out in the open out here, man. Cover them up.
Chris Alston says, maybe this has already been said once, but can't ROH be a brand on its own and make Supercard of Honor WrestleMania-esque? I mean, it's still Ring of Honor.
Yes.
Keep that in mind.
Exactly.
It's still basically a brand of its own. And I mean, if they want to use Supercard of Honor as a big major show, again, they can. I mean, there's no reason why they can't do a literal Supercard with like AEW wrestlers, New Japan wrestlers, and Ring of Honor wrestlers, and possibly do Madison Square Garden again.
They're kind of almost walking towards that, even with the show that they're doing now. So
yeah,
it's WrestleMania weekend. Like I'm sure, like they haven't announced the whole Ring of Honor card yet, so they could still be some crazy surprises out there.
Yeah. I Am La Lucha says, what's good, fellas? An hour or so behind, but I had to check
So are we.
To show some love. And can't wait to hear y'all talk about that everything is the ROH purchase. Well, you've heard that by now.
ROH, we love it. We are so excited.
MJ Johnson says, it really feels like WWE doesn't like black champs. It really makes it hard.
No. Will. Ricochet won the Intercontinental Championship just last night without any help from a dude from Jackass.
We watched that at the hotel last night.
What was the point of Nakamura losing the title the way he did? What was the point of that?
Why did they build that whole Sami Zayn thing for him to just lose the title? Like, you built all this up for...
Look, I'm not going to complain about one thing. Anything that sees Ricochet getting a push.
I agree.
And,
you know me. I'm number one
the reports
Ricochet
coming
fan.
out that Ricochet is going to be the number 2 babyface on SmackDown. That's a very good thing.
That's fantastic. And
that's something that we've wanted for Ricochet for a long time.
Yes.
That's great. And I don't want to complain about that part, but it's just the way they do things is so bizarre.
The way they did it.
I don't.
Johnny Knoxville won the Intercontinental Championship last night. So there you go. Like, what are y'all doing?
But like, I will give it to like the crowd. It didn't sound sweetened. The crowd was really into Ricochet in that match. It really felt like they were behind him beating Sami Zayn, and I think they were in this like mode of hope.
Right.
Like, okay, we're gonna get into this because it's probably not gonna happen, but wouldn't it be cool if it did? And then when it did, there was like this genuine shock.
Right.
And like that's the kind of stuff I love out of pro wrestling. So like
that was good.
Yeah, that was good, and I'm happy for Ricochet.
Hey man, Ricochet's winning, man, and his girlfriend got to announce him winning the title.
Let's go. That's fire. Yeah, that's another thing we didn't add in is last night after all the shenanigans, Will and I caught up on wrestling from last night, and we had a couple of moments of being like, ugh.
Yeah, we sat down and we watched Rampage.
We laughed at Redbeard.
Yeah,
I'm confused. I'm confused. I'm so confused. What is he doing there? Why is he? They're like, oh, Pac's old friend. Since when? They were in the same company together? Like, what are you even talking about?
Yeah, so I missed that, right? Because, like, I was at the airport and I was waiting on Reg to deboard his plane. So I'm, like, watching the triple threat match, and I enjoyed the hell out of that.
Triple threat match was fire.
Phenomenal.
Yeah, triple threat match was fire.
Yeah, and I love how it was like there were no dead spots in it, and there was really no moments of like, okay, this is really a one-on-one match, and we're just
right. Yes.
I
hate that.
I love when a three-way match is truly a three-way match,
right.
and it is like we incorporate everybody into
it. Instead of the match starts ding, 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 they kick one person, that person powders out, and then the two. No, don't do that. I want to see three people going at it like this match last night.
And this did really well with that. But then, like, so I put my phone in my pocket after Red shows up, and I was like in and out on Rampage, and somehow I completely missed Redbeard showing up at all, to the point of where somebody brought him up while we were hanging out last night. It was like, Redbeard showed up, and I'm like, what? And then Red's just like, I saw that on Twitter. Redbeard showed up. I'm like,
you didn't see him choke slamming folks?
I was like, at an indie show? Like, where?
At an indie show?
No. He showed up on
AEW
TV to help Pac and Penta for some reason.
Make sense of it. I pulled up an AEW report, and I'm like reading the results, scrolling up and down, and I'm like, I don't see anywhere in this show where Redbeard fits in. What are y'all talking about? Redbeard showed up.
He's on the buy-in.
I was scrolling up and down this show, trying to figure out where Redbeard could possibly have fit in here. And finally I hit Control F, and I'm like, okay, I don't see it. Redbeard. And literally it's like one blurb in talking about the House of Black, and I'm like, wait. This is where he showed up? This feud? This doesn't make any sense.
They thought, okay, House of Black has a big guy in Brody King. We need another big guy. That doesn't. No, it doesn't have to be like that.
I wouldn't watch the segment. So we finally get back to the hotel, and I pull up Rampage, and we watch the whole show. And then I finally see where it came in. And like you said, the explanation of Pac's old friend. What the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, what's it to All right, still friends. What?
Like, I'm sorry. I watched Pac's whole career. What are you talking about?
Not 1 minute have they been friends. They're not friends.
I don't know, man. Listen, we know why he's there. He's there to eat that pin in the buy-in match.
Of course.
That's why he's there.
There was no all elite graphic because this after I heard
that's
about
the first thing. Will was like, I have to see this all elite graphic. Is there one? No,
I'm like, there's no goddamn way. Like, there are a lot of names we're itching to see that all elite graphic for, and that is not one of them. And so I was
ridiculous.
Like, I'm not knocking Eric.
No. Hey, get your money, man. Man.
Yeah, but I had no idea what this could possibly.
Like, did they call and say, "Hey, send someone from the Wyatt family"? Hint, hint. Bray Wyatt. Hint, hint. And they were like, "Yeah, we got you." And Redbeard showed up, and they were like, "All right, go out there then, I guess." I'm still confused, man. I don't know what he was doing out there.
Yeah.
And I like everybody involved, like Malachi Black, Buddy Matthews, Brody King, Pac, Penta. Those are five fire wrestlers, and Redbeard.
Nah, man, don't hate on Redbeard, man. He's gonna get out there and grab somebody by the face, like he's gonna
Big Crush.
He's gonna get out there.
He shows up with that spider that he had. I'm out of here.
Nah, man, he's gonna cuff somebody's whole face like Juwan Howard and just get him out here, man.
Yo, your finisher's the pie face. All right, bro. Come on.
By the way, I want to backtrack on something I said earlier, back on the Cody thing for a second. That was one thing that I noticed at the beginning of Rampage. Cody's voice is no longer in the theme song. They replaced it with Miro.
Later, Cody.
But like the end of the song where it says "This is Rampage" was always Cody saying it, and last night it was Miro.
Man, Jericho calling him what's his name the other night.
Yeah, but I want to shout out one thing because I said earlier I mentioned Cassidy Haynes' report, and if it does turn out that the Cody thing is not happening, like he was the first, and shout out Cassidy. Cassidy is a good reporter, and I would never want to ding. I consider Cassidy a friend. He actually just messaged me last night that he wouldn't be able to make it. But I like Cassidy, and I think Cassidy's a great reporter.
To the people saying Cody is going to run ROH, just stop it. That's stupid.
That would be a terrible idea.
I don't think Cody is going to – the timeline of events just don't make sense to me. Cody's going to leave his giant position to do that.
I don't think that was the plan in doing it. But if he did end up doing it, not a bad idea. Cody.
Yeah, I
drew
guess
a
so.
lot of
I can
money
see
on
him run it. Yeah, I can
Like
see him
people
run
forget
it.
how much Cody drew in the Indies. Like he was drawing.
He's
big
going
crowds.
to WrestleMania, AT&T Stadium, 100,000, 200,000. He ain't thinking about no Ring of Honor. He's thinking about big checks. He's thinking about Dancing with the Stars. He's thinking about getting this money.
Let's say it is true that talks died down. I don't know that happened, but let's say that it did happen, right? I'm thinking about what could have caused that.
Yeah.
Because
Stardust.
Well, not just that, but like I was thinking about Cody, right, as thinking about everything Cody had in AEW that he would like not willingly want to give up, or they're like, okay, so hey, I want to write my own promos, and like, no,
Nope.
you can't do that. Okay, I want, give me like a cool, elaborate entrance. No,
Nope.
You're not getting that. Can I at least have like, a celebration's worth of pyro every week? Nope.
Rollins got all the pyro already. We used it all on Rollins.
Do I get a lift to bring me to the ring? No, I can't have that either. Can I bring my own theme music? Nope. You get some generic shit that Def Rebel is right. Hey, also get rid of the blonde hair. Also,
and leave your wife at home. Also,
yeah, leave your wife at home. Also, the neck tattoo. We're gonna have to just like wrap some tape around it.
Yeah, we can't. We can't have that on TV.
Did you guys catch, by the way, who complimented one Cody Rhodes this week? Big Swole.
Oh,
yeah,
I did see that.
She did.
Right,
yeah, I did see that talk about Big Swole saying that. I mean, I had heard that when I talked to people after Cody left the company. I had heard from specific people in the company that there were certain initiatives that Cody was he was really behind and spearheading.
I haven't heard one bad word about Cody Rhodes from anyone who has had anything to do with them. I haven't heard legit zero. Everyone is like, Cody's awesome. He's always here to help. He does everything he can to advance us, to advance the company. He did what he went to AEW to do, and everyone keeps reassuring it. So, I mean, you can't be mad at that. Shout out to Cody.
I mean, I had heard from maybe, I guess, like people in the locker room were like, I didn't really like deal with him much at all.
Mm-hmm.
That it's like, it wasn't necessarily negative. It was just like
just didn't.
I just wasn't sure.
Some people don't really need him also, not everybody.
Right. Like I said, when he left, it was, I talked about how there was a lot of people who dealt with things that were not so much in-ring stuff really dealt with Cody a lot.
Right.
A lot of the like wrestlers who were just there to like show up, wrestle. And there's nothing wrong with that, by the way. I think if that's what you're good at, do that. But a lot of the like wrestlers, like the guys who were there to wrestle, didn't really deal with Cody much because that wasn't really like Cody's bag. And Cody knew that. He used to call himself the 3-star general because he's like, I know what I'm here for.
Everybody knows. Everybody sees those turtle walking slow ass matches that Cody Rhodes has. It's fine, man. We like it.
Hey, man.
And I still like how he did a fucking flaming table before he left. That's fire, literally.
Hey,
that he knew he wasn't gonna do nothing like that.
That man sandwiched his runs with Meltzer 5-star matches. He had his first AEW matches last 4 or 5 stars.
Hey, if he does go to Ring of Honor, I would be pretty excited about that.
No, you guys changed my mind. I like it. I like the idea now.
I'm just saying it from the perspective of that he drew a lot of money for Ring of Honor. He drew a lot of money for the Indies period.
He did. I think he could. I think he has a lot of ideas that would help Ring of Honor. So
yeah, and
I mean, but Cody Rhodes is getting the fucking bag from Vincent Kennedy McMahon and Nicholas Khan. He's getting some Khan money, but it's Nick Khan's money, baby. It's lit. Cody Rhodes is going up.
I don't know. I mean, like, I want to know what the story is that creative was told that, like, suddenly is Cody just not in play anymore.
I think they were they were expecting him to come in as Stardust, and he was like, I'm not coming in as Stardust. So they were like, damn, what are we going to do now? That's all we had.
I have questions because all of a sudden I'm sitting here like, so I'm actually in the process of just like texting people that I know, like, well, what do you know? Because I'm like live on Grapsody right now. I would love to bring something, but
maybe we'll have to read Grapsody tomorrow because we're gonna talk to some people that might be in the
I'm like texting people. I'm like, what do you know? Because I talked to people yesterday who were like, nothing's changed as far as I know, and So I am curious about this. In case you're wondering why I'm just like, what is going on? Like, what do you know?
No,
But
Will is
honestly-
working right now.
Honestly, you know what? Fightfulselect.com.
Boom, baby. SRS.
Yeah,
Got
I mean,
them
he's gonna have a good,
scoopers.
he's gonna have a good solid report on it. Like Sean isn't just gonna report necessarily any hearsay. Like Sean's really good about verifying what he gets multiple places, and if he doesn't, then it's usually like we heard from this place, but we weren't able to verify. Sean's really good at that.
SRS.
Y'all still owe him an apology, by the way.
Yeah,
I'm
give
just gonna throw that
SRS
out
his
there.
apology, big bro.
I'm just gonna throw that out there. Y'all still owe him an apology.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sean, you see what Sean just posted?
Yeah.
He said, apologize to Cass.
SRS said apologize to Cass.
Hey,
'cause
man.
He broke that story
SRS.
first. Let's go, baby. Shout out to Cassidy for breaking that story.
Cassidy.
This is interesting again. Everything's up.
Hey, man.
Everything has exploded again.
And that's what I was saying.
Everything
I
has
said, like, 2
exploded.
minutes ago, I was like, you know what?
Hey, man. I don't know,
There
man.
were reports that Cody was going to show up in MSG tonight, bro.
Hey, man.
Tonight.
Might not be that stupendous at AT&T, man. Got another winner take all match over there. Got Cody possibly showing up in Supercard.
Wow.
I don't know. Might not be that stupendous.
On the road, big bro. Hey, no, they're getting Pat McAfee and Austin Theory, Phil. They got this. It'll be fine.
Yo,
Yeah.
wait. The funniest
fine.
thing about that whole segment was them doing all of that, and then McAfee going to get the cosign from Jimmy Butler, and Jimmy Butler wasn't at his feet. I was on the floor. I was
Butler's
like,
yeah, I'm in the bathroom, bro. This is trash.
Yo.
What y'all doing. I'm about to stick around for this.
oh.
I give assists. I don't be doing this.
Yeah.
Jimmy was like, nah, you got to be.
Yeah. I see you. No, I saw you, but I see you.
Let's read a couple more super chats. Big E versus Keith Lee versus Hobbs. Let's make it happen.
I will.
Big-
I just want to see how
meaty.
big black niggas beating each other up. I see.
Cause that's big meaty black men slapping me.
Nah, that's fire. I want to see.
Man, did you guys see that exchange between him and Keith Lee? That was
Oh
hilarious.
yeah.
That was hilarious.
Yes. And that Keith Lee was fire too, man. He JD Drake came and that ending spot caught JD Drake, lifted him up. Super duper fire.
iChurch Pastor Blaster says, "Hey fam, just supporting. My CD came through yesterday. Who We Are is fire." Man, I'm so glad so many people love it.
It's awesome.
Because that like it really just warms my heart that people are genuinely giving the tracks a chance, and because there was, of course, the negativity when the rumors first came out about the album, and I was like that really put me in a bad place. Like I hadn't even finished my songs yet, and I'm like, how do I find the energy to finish these?
Not me. I was like, I don't give a fuck about those motherfuckers. This Righteous Rage, I'm coming. You gotta listen to my shit, and you better fucking like it. I don't care about that bullshit. Oh, it's because of this. It is because I want to fucking get on the mic and rap. All y'all niggas out there are big fucking haters. Now we out here shining, baby. Album is out. Who We Are. Album. Everybody got it. We in the States tonight. And where y'all haters at? Down bad, baby. Let's go. We are up.
It's
UP,
so great, by the way.
baby.
For those who joined late, of course, I'm literally sitting physically right next to Red.
It's
Look at
UP,
this.
baby. We are up.
It's my hand right here.
This is really
Grab this
fun
hat.
episode today, honestly.
Yo,
We're gonna do a live one in Texas.
don't
I
man,
know
three
listen,
of
bro.
us.
together. It
It's
is
gonna
gonna
be
be
crazy.
fun.
Listen, man, y'all not ready. Y'all not ready for us to hit this fist bump together, man.
Oh
And
my
just-
God, the shield fist bump.
Y'all not ready, man. When we connect, like y'all not ready, bro.
It's
Like,
crazy. It's about to be crazy. I'm excited, man. WrestleMania, Texas. We're going from Florida to Texas.
Hey, man.
Interesting choice for us.
yo, man, three black men are coming to Texas, man. Be afraid. Be afraid.
Should we be afraid or should they be afraid? Shit, I don't know, man.
Nah. I've seen those police reports. They're afraid.
No, this is gonna be. I mean, it's.
I'm gonna actually get Whataburger this time. I didn't get to go there last time. So.
You haven't had Whataburger?
I didn't get to get it last time. I don't know.
Wait, have
drinking
you
too much
never
Hennessy.
ever had it? Is that what you're saying?
0 times. 0.
Wow.
Wait, you're a West
Who
Coast
said?
guy. How have you not?
We don't have Whataburger in West Coast.
No, they don't.
Yeah.
But that is.
We
but
have
I will
In
tell
and
you-
Out. Boo.
I will tell you. Yeah, I will tell you. Might be a controversial opinion, especially with people in the chat, but and I am from California, mind you. Whataburger is better than In-N-Out?
In-N-Out is trash. Let's start there. Look, Californians, y'all are putting a lot of sauce on it, and I'm not talking about animal style. In-N-Out, #1 most overrated fast food place in the history of fast food places. This is someone from California who sees lines that are an hour worth of lines. If you want a good hamburger, go somewhere else. This shit's trash. And don't get me started on the fries. I will strangle somebody.
The fries are like totally overrated. And and the thing is, so we just got In-N-Outs in Colorado, right?
Mm-hmm.
We got 2 of them in Denver. And being from California, I tried to tell people who are like, oh, damn, I can finally try In-N-Out. I've been waiting to try In-N-Out my whole life. And, like, they wait in these 2-hour-ass lines to get In-N-Out. And I was trying to warn them, look, it is not all
If you got remember we were talking about with the Chinese food place. If you got a hood Chinese food place, go there. If you got like a place that makes burgers on a grill and shit, go there instead of In-N-Out. It's gonna be way better. If you have a Foster's Freeze, something that they're really back there with the meat and shit, and it's not frozen, way better than In-N-Out.
Honestly, look. Here's the thing about In-N-Out. It's fucking fast food.
That's
like,
it. But it's not fast though. Niggas be in line for 2 hours out there.
I know, honestly, like, if I had the choice between waiting in an hour-long line for In-N-Out burger or spending 5 minutes in the Wendy's line, I'm gonna spend 5 minutes in the Wendy's
getting
line.
my 5 every time, every single time.
Yeah,
they getting that 4 for $4. That's what you're saying?
You know it, bro. Come on, man. They made that specifically for niggas. Niggas love 4 for 4s.
I'm not gonna lie though, we ain't eating all day.
I haven't had food in about 2 or 3 days. I don't know. I just gave up on eating at this point. We are definitely going to the Waffle House. I need to see somebody possibly get in a fight. Last time I was at Waffle House, the whole crew was beefing at each other. They were all arguing with each other. Somebody quit, left I'm like, Waffle House is lit. And anytime that stuff is going on, the food is phenomenal. When all that was going on, probably the best breakfast I ever had. There's people yelling. I'm afraid somebody's gonna have a gun. It was lit.
So it was like the scene with Samuel L. Jackson from School Days,
exactly.
Outside of KFC.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Hey, so we got some Humper chats as well. Desi Baby says, shout out to the Grapsody guys. Hope to see you guys tomorrow at Revolution. Keep doing your thing. We will be there. Life of Dean, who won my Revolution tickets, says, happy Saturday, guys, and happy Revolution week. Excited for the stacked card. Probably missing the AEW music event due to flight changes. But, man, flight changes.
Fucking flights, man.
But I wanted to ask, what do you think will be the match of the night tomorrow? Ooh, the match of the night. I don't know. I mean, what are we looking at now? 13 matches on the card?
All right, go, Phil. Go. Don't think about it, Phil. What's the one?
Match of the night. Ooh.
Just say it. Just go.
Let's go.
I'm gonna go MJF Punk.
Okay. I'm going with Mox and Bryan Danielson because, of course, I would.
That was the answer I was
going to But interesting enough, I kind of pitched that the match was going to end with bloody Mox being like, yeah, I agree. I don't think it's going to end like that anymore because all the blood's going to reserve for the dog collar match. I don't know what's going to happen, and I'm kind of excited about it. It's going to be cool to see Moxley in this element because he's been in some other elements. He hasn't been in there tying it up and locking and doing chain wrestling a lot. So, Brian's going to put him in Brian's world when it's Brian's time.
I was telling Reg yesterday, what's got my mind blown about this card is that this is the most matches AEW's
It's going to be so long.
Yeah. This is the most matches AEW's ever had for a single card, ever. 12 matches, never been done by AEW.
Jesus.
Whew. Yeah, but
keep in mind, this is with no Cody and no Kenny. This is somehow with less of their top guys than they've had.
They have more.
And they have more people coming in. You mean to tell me you got 12 matches right here? These might have to start being 2-night events.
Hey, but don't sleep on that tag match either. That tag match could easily be one of the best matches of the night.
I think, the Bucks are really good at that, where I still feel like All Out 2020. I still feel the match of the night at All Out 2020 was Jurassic Express versus the Young Bucks.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think there was a better match on that show. And I think that's what and now having kind of this whole combination of guys, I think a three-way tag with these three teams is going to be phenomenal.
Red Dragon's getting the W. We all agree.
I think Red Dragon's going to show out. I don't think they're going to win.
You don't think they're going to get the dub?
I think they'll get the W just because I think knowing how Tony Khan books, I know he likes to cast doubt for the future of the show.
Yeah.
And so like he did that with his whole thing with having Bryan win the tournament was to make you think that Bryan was going to get his rematch with Kenny and that Kenny would retain. He wanted to cast doubt on the main event. And so the idea that the Undisputed Era could possibly walk away with all the belts again, I think he would want to cast that doubt later in the show.
Right.
So I think Red Dragon wins
the
tag match.
And
then they're like, hey, it's all on you, Cole. You're the one. You win. We're back in business. Undisputed. What do they call them on YouTube? The YouTube video called them the Undisputed Originals. And which ain't that bad because they are the original Undisputed Era. They are the original team. But yeah, I think just to cast doubt on it, I think that's where it's going. Got a few more Humper Chats.
Yeah, I can see it.
Let's see. We've got another from Aiden. He says, hey, it's my 22nd birthday. Happy to spend it listening to my favorite
22,
podcast.
baby. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, buddy.
He says, where are your beans at, Reg? You know what? We got to stop and get him some Boston baked beans.
I got some Arizona. I don't know. I got half of this going on.
Man, so you're telling me you turned 22 in 2022?
Oh, wow.
Eerie.
That's a lot of twos and a lot of numbers out here, man.
22 twos, man.
Oh, let's go,
Can I
baby.
kick it?
Let's go. Yes, you can. Let's go, man. It's lit out here. No, happy birthday, man. Celebrate that.
Van Twin Blade says 2D Land versus Deonna Purrazzo is the first announced match for STL versus the World. I know it's only 3 weeks after Mania, but will you guys come back to STL for it? I can't because let me tell you, I got.
Will told me his schedule, and I'm like, "What, bro? What are you doing?"
I'm in Orlando right now. 1 week from now, I'll be in LA. 2 weeks after that, I will be in Dallas. 2 weeks after that, New Orleans. And then also hitting Las Vegas, and I'm pretty sure there's some stuff in between there. I can't necessarily insert any other trips, but the schedule.
And those aren't all wrestling. Will Washington is going to be with his family, is all kind of stuff. He's not a wrestling weirdo like I would be.
But somehow I'm including wrestling in most of that stuff.
Okay, just kidding. He is a wrestling weirdo.
Because a lot of them, I'm like, anytime I travel, even if it's not for wrestling, I'd like to see, because I like to check out local indie scenes.
Yeah,
I'm always like, what's going on in this town at that particular time that I can go enjoy. So, because I do like to check out local indie wrestling and see what's happening. And if I hit if St. Louis was someplace I was going to already be, absolutely I would be there in a heartbeat. Let's see, James Zimmerman says, so YouTube, TV, or HBO Max for ROH. I can see maybe the back library going to HBO Max if that all gets picked up.
Not the front, not like new stuff.
But I don't see new stuff. I can see them maybe just securing a little TV syndication deal like they kind of have now.
Right.
Except not through Sinclair. Or maybe maintain through Sinclair. Who knows?
Yeah, that's interesting too. Yeah, what are they going to do with this TV?
Anwar says, who is your favorite Batman? I'm loving your show as usual.
There's a lot of Batman talk last night, too.
Thanks for the laughs. They are really needed this week. Lots of Batman talk, man.
Yeah.
Everywhere we turned, somebody was talking about Batman. I was talking with the guy at the rental car place about the Batman. It's everybody's got a different opinion on it. Some love it. Some people are like, whack. And then some are in the middle. I'm in the middle on it. I think that I'll say this. I think Robert Pattinson is an excellent Batman. He is an excellent Batman. Did you see it, Phil?
I haven't seen it yet.
Okay. He is an excellent Batman. I do agree with, I don't know if it's a complaint as much as it's just an observation, that he's never not Batman in the movie. Even when he's Bruce, he's still Batman. The whole movie. He's very brooding. And I can't help but wonder why nobody in that whole movie stops and goes, hey, you talk exactly like Batman.
Are you Batman?
Christian Bale, I think, to me, is the best Bruce. I don't think he's that great of a Batman, but as an overall character, I do feel like he wins a lot. I think, to me, the best Batman is Michael Keaton, just at being a solid Batman. But I don't think he was that great of a Bruce.
Yeah, I don't like Michael Keaton's Bruce. He doesn't really fit in that role. I like the Batman though, not him as Bruce Wayne.
You didn't like him. You want to get nuts?
Huh? Yeah. No, but I do like him a lot as Batman.
Yeah.
But I do think that Robert Pattinson was an excellent Batman. I think my only non-spoiler review of the Batman is it's good. I can't compare it to other Batman movies because it's not anything like any other Batman movies. It's not like it's just straight up action Batman movie. It is a it is a murder mystery, and you're going through Batman solving the clues.
Somebody in this chat said they don't want Twilight Batman, and it sounds like you're describing Twilight Batman to us right now.
I mean, it's like it is
very interesting.
It is 100% the least fun Batman movie ever made. It is like it is kind of depressing. It is.
This is interesting. I wouldn't know if I would want to see the movie. It's very like I was talking to Colin Harris about this. It is weird to think that The Dark Knight is a lighter-hearted movie than the Batman. When The Dark Knight is so dark, and this movie
extremely
is just
dark.
This movie is just like dark. It is. There is not a laugh to be had. There is nothing like, not even a chuckle. You know how like the Joker got some moments out of you in The Dark Knight because he's the Joker. There isn't nothing. You are laughing. You are just. But it's interesting. It's at least compelling but there's no fun in this movie. Nobody's happy. There is, not that you would expect anybody to be happy, but it is like so damn dark, so damn depressing that I did find myself like, man, is there like even going to be a happy ending to this movie? What is the happy ending here? Nobody is happy with anything. Nobody is in any type of like even dark humor. There's no dark humor. There's nothing. And I recognize that people like, I know there are a lot of people who are sick of Marvel and the cheekiness of them and are like, I need kind of a contrast. But there's nothing here. There is nothing to smile about in this movie.
This is
other than Batman beating the fuck out of people.
All and this Batman, that's just happened right now is great, considering what you told me before we started the podcast. I just wanted to say that. How you used to have a movie review podcast, and now you're reviewing a movie. Look at full circle, baby.
Yeah,
let's go.
Now playing now. Hey, the Silver Screen Specialist Showcase.
Boom.
Now playing now for those who've been following me.
Boom. That's how you bring it back around, baby. Will
Speaking
Washington.
Of which, my boy Theron Reynolds, who I used to host Now Playing Now with, I mean, people. If you know me, you know him because he and I have been attached at the hip pretty much for 20 years. He will be here. He gets here tomorrow. He'll be here for Revolution. So he's getting the sleeper sofa over here, and then because we got queen size beds over here, and then a sleeper sofa over there. So 3 black men staying in a hotel.
But hopefully, like I was saying earlier, I end up in some BBW's room randomly tonight instead. You know, I don't know. I'm just putting it out there. Universe, baby. You got to put it out into the universe. BBW's, holler, Orlando. Let's see. There's none of them watching right now, but I just wanted to
manifesting, man. Come on, man. Be careful out there, man. Just be careful out there, bro. I don't know. Florida's a different beast, man.
Big facts, Phil. Big facts.
DB says, appreciate you guys and all you do. Entrance names are a favorite topic of mine.
Is that Daniel Bryan? No.
Man, what's up, bro? Put your real name out there.
I'd like to suggest Public Enemy's Go Cat Go. It's on my workout mix. It owns the moment every time. That track is fire. And then D-Lo Diggs says, Five Guys and Steak and Shake is goated. I do like Five Guys.
Five Guys is amazing. But you gotta drop that $20 for a burger.
Yeah, that's the only thing. Like, yeah, you about
it
to.
It is amazing though.
You about to put up a quick 18 for a burger.
I like Smash Burger as well, but like, I recognize that I'm not getting away cheaply if I do that.
Yeah.
So it's called fast food, bro. I want to pay $5 and get up out of here. Big ass box of food.
That's why that Wendy's 4 for $4.
4 for $4, baby.
Works every time.
But man, I'm like starting to starve. So let's continue. on. Let's see. Derek says, even before Brock, it seemed
Orlando do got the BBW though. That's funny. Sorry.
It seemed like it was a feud between Rollins and Owens, and Big E was just there.
I mean,
you know what though? I was saying on Day After Dynamite this past week that I really do feel like if Owens is going to turn again on somebody, and it looks like he's probably going to turn on Rollins, I would love for Rollins, considering he was so like a couple steps ahead of Roman in that feud. I want him to see it coming of like, stop Rollins or stop Owens before he does. Like, nah, man, you have double crossed so many people at this point. You think I'm fucking stupid? Like, I'm the architect. Like, I know what you're about to do. I would love for that kind of a moment of the double cross we all see coming, but then Rollins is like, nope.
I'm gonna double cross you first.
Yeah.
I could just, it writes itself. Him standing behind him with a chair, and like he's looking the other direction, and the whole time like Rollins starts laughing, and he's like, "Aha! You got the chair. I know you got it."
Right. That's good. Look, Phil just wrote a scene.
Yeah, I mean that would be great.
That's pretty good.
I would want to see
That's pretty good.
Like Rollins being the smartest guy in the room and knowing exactly what is coming his way. Michael says, would Vince say the same thing to Malcolm Bivens asking for a friend?
Maybe. Malcolm Bivens is phenomenal, by the way.
He's fire. Oh my God, the king of Twitter. He's always
same energy as quote Brandy shouldn't talk like that. Unquote.
Yep, agreed. We can't say nothing.
Robert Reed says Redbeard can't be all elite. He's too busy controlling his narrative.
With his big girlfriend Nia Jax. Ooh, yikes.
No comment.
Mike says, did you get to listen to Jay Shell's interview with Swole from yesterday? Lots of interesting stuff. Cody was apparently the go-to for black women. Yeah, I mean,
wait. The go-to for black women? Is that like what? Wait a minute. Wait. The way that was phrased just sounds wild. Like what?
Oh fuck.
The go-to. I know what you meant, but just reading it
just
back
sounds
like, whoa.
funny. It just sounds funny.
What that meant, of course, was that Cody, like, when it came to Red Velvet, Jay Cargill, the black, Big Swole herself, the black women in AEW were able to speak to Cody in ways that they probably didn't have a great relationship with the other EVPs.
Yeah, I know. Look, I know Cody's got a type, man. I know.
Elijah says, damn, was hoping y'all were here at FanFest. Hey, that's where we're headed.
We're actually on our way, big homie.
Excited to meet the crew. Can't wait for the live show later. Gotta support. Literally headed to FanFest.
Yeah, we about to pull up.
So, about to pull up. Matter of fact, we're walking distance from FanFest.
Yeah, we're legit gonna pull. We can step outside.
We're just gonna go walk over there right now.
Yeah.
King of Games says, who do you all think CM Punk should feud with after MJF?
Great question, bro.
Well, before the last few weeks, I was thinking Cody.
Yeah, right. I remember you saying that a couple times.
But now, man, I think you saved that. I think you saved the Bryan match.
I was gonna say he could go right in with Bryan. He could go right in with Bryan. We've been talking about teaming up, but I think Bryan has something going on over here.
Yeah, I don't think you do that just yet. I think you saved that Bryan match for All Out or something big. Man, that's a tough question because I guess it all hinges on how this.
He could go to Adam Cole.
Yeah, I guess it all hinges on how this feud ends, though, because
Cole would be great.
Right.
Yeah, no, that's the one. Honestly, that's the one to beat is Cole.
Because I know Cole has talked about wanting to do something with him for a long time, so I think that one could be the one. And shout out to Jay Shell. We didn't say anything. Shout out to Jay Shell.
Jay Shell's been doing great
She's
stuff.
killing it. Ricky Starks.
Wrestling with Whiteness has
let's
been
go.
Amazing. Shout out Jay Shell.
That's right.
Zeke says Regal and Joe should run ROH IMO. Yep, we talked about that. Brent says ROH in the hands of someone who actually loves wrestling.
I know. It's been so long.
Enjoy the rest of your weekend, gentlemen. We got Brent says, at this point, Cody is going to need his own podcast series just to unpack
Seriously. Where are you going to tell these stories at? He's probably writing a book. You know, fucking Cody.
Reg Energy 22 till forever. Here's some money just for Reg.
Thank you. Thank you so much, y'all. I need some Hennessy money for tonight, so send more.
Righteous Reg Rant, Triple R. in 2022.
Next Grapsody is my birthday too. Y'all better have something ready.
Come
for
on,
your
man.
boy.
Show up for your boy.
Hello.
Weird question, Will. Thoughts on Lakewood, Colorado in art show? I mean, I guess what about Lakewood? I used to go there all the time. It's fine. There's nothing really remarkable about Lakewood other than the fact that it's Lakewood. A girl I used to date lived there.
So he's saying he can't go back to Lakewood. That's
nah,
how
man. Ain't no turning back, man.
Us Chicago folk need a Waffle House. You guys don't have Waffle House?
We don't need a Waffle House, bro. We have better breakfast restaurants here than Waffle House. We don't need it.
See, no, it's not about being better. You need the chaos. I'm telling you, it has to be chaos there. If it's
I
all
love
nice
Waffle
and
House.
great and looks good, you can't go in
No,
there.
honestly, I was telling Reg, I went to Waffle House when I was in Jacksonville for last year for AEW, and it was lit. I love I love Waffle House, and
Yeah, but yeah, I don't feel like people go to Waffle House for the food. They go for
No,
the
it's not
experience.
like I want to have some bomb. It's like
Nah,
I'm
I mean,
drunk
it's-
like I want to have an experience.
it's Denny's with roaches. Like it's
Exactly. It's Denny's with roaches. No, Denny's has roaches too. It's just double
Nah,
Denny's.
man, and we've got a ton of chaos here. What do you mean? I'm a Southsider. I know what goes on in the city.
I talked to somebody from Chicago about chaos. Yeah, come on.
Cornman says, my grandfather loved the 4 for 4. That shit is for old Jewish people too.
Agreed. It's a great deal.
Yeah.
And shout out to Corn, Freak on a Leash, Bakersfield, hometown boys.
And that's it for Super Chats. And that's it for Grapsody this week.
Yes.
Because we are in Orlando. We're about to go have some fun. Man, we got to get back.
Oh my God, did he sleep? I don't care
You
about
know,
sleep. We're just going for it.
This right here, this very Florida shirt, as people pointed out on Twitter, is for basically for FanFest purposes. I'm not wearing this on stage. You're kidding me? Oh, look at it. Look, I'm trying to like that.
You think I'm going to let him be on stage with me looking wearing that?
Wait. Oh, hold on. Ready? You see the socks?
You think I'm gonna be rapping on somebody wearing that outfit?
He's doing the Camp Eric Childish Gambino look. He's got like the short shorts. He's got the Hawaiian shirt.
I'm with it.
Yeah. No, I'm not coming on stage.
No, honestly, it's fucking humid, and you have to wear what Will is wearing because it's hot out there, bro. It's hot.
Yeah. But I know what I'm wearing on stage, and I want y'all to come see us and have some fun because I'm ready for it. This has been Grapsody. This has been a very different edition of Grapsody. I'll be back at home next week.
Me too.
It's going to be Righteous Reg's birthday. I am not going to be back at home next week. I will be in California next
Liar. But I'm gonna be in the town. It's gonna be lit. We're back next week. Bunch of shit's gonna happen. Maybe we'll talk about Cody. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, there's going to be stuff. But hey, thank you for being with us. For Mr. Philip Lindsey, for Mr. Righteous Reg. Look, he's right here. I wanted to point down, but he's literally right here. Yeah, look at this. Look, guys. We can do this finally. Hey, we just in each other's shot.
Yo. In the building, it's Righteous Reg, it's Will Washington, it's Grapsody.
Yeah.
Phil Lindsey's here.
Yeah,
It's
right
your
here.
boys, best in the world. Nobody's better than Grapsody. I'm gonna try to get a job today from Tony Khan. Yo, let me get some money, Tony Khan. I'll let your boy.
Official AEW shields.
I'm trying to be official with it, man. Send my check. They saying it anyway, so might as well get some money for it. Oh, McMahon. McMahon's sorry. He's an old man. He was capping for 30 minutes. He said a bunch of cap. He said that everything that he was saying, he doesn't even agree with it. So it's like, why am I listening to this?
I didn't watch that interview. That's my answer to that. There you go.
Oh.
I watched it in full. That's my answer too.
My hot take in all of that is that Pat McAfee's kind of annoying. Thanks for watching, everybody.